Greetings. Honor the legacy of Alan Roger Currie. Honor his legacy. News has broken more widely of the passing of dating coach and author Alan Roger Currie, and I have to share something. I actually knew about it this past Wednesday. Already knew about it, and had reached out to certain contacts, and the whole thing was giving his family time to deal with it. Giving his family time to deal with it, and I was actually going to wait to do this particular video honoring his legacy. And but of course, the news broke out more, and I said, okay, let me do something today because the family still has to deal with it, and there's certain circumstances I'm not going to share as far as what I heard. At least it was secondhand about his passing. But I'll let his family take care of the information that they'll choose to share. But the thing is, of course, we want him to rest in peace, rest in power. But just remember, or at least in my spiritual beliefs, he's going home. He's going home. And he was here on a mission, and he has provided a lot. He has provided something for men in particular to really benefit from. We need to honor that legacy. We need to honor that. Now, usually I would do something like this, like more private. That's just my nature. That's just my nature. Someone passes, I do something with my private group. But this one was different. This one was different. Um, I'm gonna tell you what. In a way, I provided assistance for Alan Roger Currie to get to where he was. And in turn, he provided assistance to me. The only regret I have is that I didn't get to meet that powerful brother in person. That's the only regret I had. Now, I first encountered Brother Currie because we always we never called each other by the first name. It was like Brother Will's Brother Currie. I first encountered Brother Currie back in when was it? It was like 2001. It was around 2001, I think, but it was real early. Just maybe months after I published my book, Nice Guys and Players, and I published that in September of 2000. And I remember he reached out to me. He reached out to me. He said, "Yeah, I'm Alan Roger Currie." Now he didn't say, "Yeah, I got this system." He didn't say like, "Oh yeah, I published this ebook." I didn't realize he had published an ebook until recently, really. But he was asking me questions and wanted to get my advice on publishing a hardcover of Mode One. And honestly, I thought he was a younger guy. I thought he was a younger guy. I didn't realize he was actually older than me. But, he was asking very respectful, very respectful. We had a nice back and forth email. He would ask very specific questions, and I would give him my expertise that I had because he had actually purchased my book. And he had actually said this several times. He has one of the first copies of my book, one of my earliest prominent supporters. And then years later, he would actually use a quote from my book in his book. And he even said publicly what drew him to the book, which was on the back cover of my book, Nice Guys and Players. I say, "Are you a player who can get every woman except the one that you actually want?" And he said that's what drew his attention. And, going back and forth, and then it was interesting. Didn't really talk with him after I gave him this. He thanked me and everything like that. That's just my nature to help out. But then in those early years, and this is before YouTube, I've known a few men who actually bought his book and actually apply his philosophy. Because when you talk about Mode One, there's always a debate whether it works and people saying this and that. But I was hearing from people in the field. They were coming back to me. And indeed, he helped me by sharing a quote from my book in his book, in his later editions of his book. He actually shared a quote, and many people have told me that they came to me. So it was a professional relationship. It was a professional relationship. And one thing, even with coming on YouTube, one of the things he did was he always defended me. He always defended me. Like if some detractor or something came at me, he was very quick to defend and unapologetic. And that's the thing. That was the thing. So I always appreciate that. So this is going to be one of the few times I would do something public, because that's just my nature. I don't see, one of the things with me, I don't want to get into like trying to exploit it, or talk all this. And a lot of people say stuff, but then they don't really care. It's just another name to them. So I said, okay, I got to do something. And it has to be taken serious, because it was really, with Mode 1, it goes beyond just dating. It really does. People always focus on, trying to talk to some woman into sex right away. But it's bigger than that. It's about a man just standing up for who he is, and just being honest, being straightforward, being direct. And that goes beyond just getting women. That's about what it means to be a man, being bold. And that's the thing with it. A lot of people will say, rest in peace, Alan Roger Currie. But the thing is, the best way to honor Brother Currie is, especially those who have learned from his philosophy, who have adopted his philosophy, even the people who have applied many of the things he said, is just honor him. That's it. That's because with anyone, and especially, I'd never share my particular beliefs, because I don't want to unduly influence anybody, but I'll share this. One of the things is, when someone has done something, one of the best ways to honor them, to honor an ancestor, is to continue their works, to walk in their works. He's left a legacy. And, he's survived by his wife and his young son. And he's actually left something for his son, a legacy. And for many young men out here, many young men across the globe they've found their wives, they've, found a sense of peace, found something just by applying that philosophy. Like, it's the only respect. Now, people know I talk about body gain, but I've also shown respect to Brother Currie for his system. In fact, when people have called him the master of verbal seduction, I've always called him the grandmaster. Because I know, if people actually get beyond just a little bit, people, like, especially some detractors, will focus on just some tiny part of it. But it was big on communication, and it's something that's needed. Honor that legacy. Honor them. Don't just say rest in peace, but honor them, especially those who have benefited from his philosophy, who've actually used it and applied it. That's how you honor those who have transitioned. That's how you truly honor them. You keep his name alive in that way. Honor, do his good, do what he's provided out here. Now, for everyone else, you might not like what he's had to say. Okay, respect him. Okay, but he's completed a mission. That's one of the best things. He's done his mission and he has gone home. So we just honor his legacy, Brother Currie. I'll just say, in honor of you, I'll give me some buffalo wings. Anyway, I want everyone to just remember and celebrate his life, y'all. Celebrate his life. Know that he's in a place of peace now, because there were many times, and I'll share this. I was going to end this, but I'll share this because I remember I reached out to him when last year when hadn't heard from him. So I reached out and said, "Hey, yo, man, you good? Everything?" And he was, he was going through some stuff. But think about the bravery he had when he might not have been in the best condition, but he was still reaching out, trying to help. He was still sharing his philosophy, and that's very important. That's very important. And like I said, normally I do these private because it's not about money. This video will not be monetized. Will not be monetized, and you know how much I love money. Because I remember, I'm gonna be real with you. I remember one time. I'll share this as well, which I even had a bigger respect for him. I remember it was last year sometime. It was when was it? I think it was 2019, and I was supposed to go on somebody's stream, and I didn't go. And then I found out, it was one of those streams. I think somebody was trying to go in on me or something. He was defending me. But that time he went on that stream, I had to skip that stream. My mother was on her deathbed. My mother was on her deathbed. But here, Brother Currie, he had my back. And I didn't really share that with people. They didn't need to know. But that was the type of man he was. That was the type of man he was. So for the men out there who have benefited from his philosophy, keep it alive. Keep practicing it. Keep walking in his path. All right? So he's home now. He can get his rest. Mission accomplished. Salute. So let's just remember him. Okay? Peace and blessings, everyone.